All right, let's try something new. Instead of me talking at you and then you guys not listening and thinking I'm like a YouTube video and you can just watch me again later, I'm gonna make you a video so you can sit there and not listen to me and then just watch me again later. We're gonna talk about how to make a Talavera tile, or our own version. Here's one that I've started and it's all carved out. This one's ready for the kiln now and gonna be glazed later. And you can see it's all carved. Most Talavera tiles are not carved, they're just painted on. I'm not teaching you guys to paint, I'm teaching you to sculpt. So we're gonna make our own cool versions that I think are cooler than Talavera tiles. They'll have some relief. All right, things scratched in. How do I get to that thing? First thing I've got to do is make the full design. This looks pretty difficult, sort of. But it all starts with just doing one corner. Look, they're all the same. No matter where you look, they're all the same. So that's one thing about Talavera tiles is that, well, they're a design that we're going to find out is a radial design as well, because it's just mirror images on each side. And that way, if you put another one of the identical tiles next to it and next to it and next to it, it creates this pattern that keeps going. Meaning, even though it's very complex, it is a regular pattern, which means it keeps repeating over and over in the same way. All right. How do I make this? It looks hard, like I said. It's not really. Kind of a magic trick, like I like to say in my classes. What we're gonna do is fold this over once, hot dog that thing. Make sure you line up the edges good. It'll help. These are 6" by 6" squares I'm gonna cut. And then we're gonna make our tiles 6 inches by 6 inches. Even though I realize later, when they dry, they'll shrink a little bit. So when they come out, they won't exactly be 6 inches by 6 inches, but whatever. All right. Fold it in half twice. So now I can draw just on one square and multiply that. There's also a second way to do it, and I think a lot of the Talavera tiles really work this way. Instead of going hot dog, go corner to corner. In the end, it's still gonna make 4 even parts, but it'll be more like pie slices. Now I go corner to corner again. Now I still have the paper separated into 4 different sections, but I could draw my design on this triangle. The way I did mine was the square. One thing you want to keep in mind is whatever you draw on the inside part, the inside corner that matches all the other 4, that's what's really going to get multiplied a lot, like the middle of mine here. I wanted to do some cool things here because I knew it would make the center kind of cool. Really though, you could draw whatever you want. You guys are gonna have to make 3 of these anyway and turn them in and then pick your best, and just like we do. You can do anything you want. One thing you don't want is a million itty bitty little details. Because then you're gonna have to trace them over 4 times and try to carve them on. You wanna think about the positive and negative shapes that you're making. So if you see the things that I'm drawing, like this little shape or this shape, look at the spaces in between. I'm leaving the spaces in between about as thick or about as big as the positive shapes. That way in the end, it's like a puzzle. They're just all just shapes interlocking. Kind of no positive, no negative until we decide to color it. All right. So you need a ruler or whatever. You can do whatever you want. So I'm gonna start on the corner where they all come together. I don't know. I'll make a little triangle. I'm gonna try to do this pretty simply. Let's see, what else? I'll draw anything I want. I'll draw a little curly Q. That's kind of cool. Definitely drawing things from the edge out. You just draw a bunch of things in the middle. You just have a bunch of things floating around a piece of paper. It won't look interesting at all. What looks interesting is when you draw something like this and then it gets mirror imaged onto the other side, right? All right, I'm gonna make something in that corner. I'm gonna try to fill my negative spaces a little bit. So there's stuff filling in between. Oh, I don't want to make one that's so crazy that'll take me a while. Kind of a half circle. Remember, I've got a bunch of circle things in the classroom you can trace. Maybe I should have done that. Here we go. Make me a better curve there. Much better. I'm gonna put some triangles like it's a sun or something. Got a lot of designs in the real Talavera tiles that are like flower kind of designs and things like that. Let's make it whatever we want. I got this one big space. Make something. I think the more random the shapes, the better sometimes. Got a little bit of blank space here. I feel like I need something. How about an odd diamond shape? This center really doesn't matter. Pretty cool, all right? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this on the tracing table. I could, if you know my little trick where you flip it around, you rub real hard with the pencil on the back and it'll transfer it. It's gonna get it all messy though. That's what I did the first time and it made a mess. Here's what you're gonna do though, check this out. I bet you this works on the camera. Go ahead and take it on the tracing table. Let's see, you wanna draw on this side. And yeah, you guys can see it through there in the video even. Right? Take it on the tracing table and trace it there. Once you have both sides done, then flip it over and trace it onto the other part. All right? I'm going to stop this part of the video here. I'm going to go do that and bring it back and show you what it looks like.